In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the adverse effects of eating gluten-free without proven reason to do so. Now, if you suffer from celiac disease or you have non-celiac gluten insensitivity, then you're only too aware that you do need to be on a gluten-free diet. But if you don't have celiac disease and you're not gluten intolerant, is that the best option for you, to be on a gluten-free diet? Stay watching and we'll find out. Hi, I'm Mike Hines from JustKnowGluten.com, creator of this channel, Gluten Advice. If you like the video, you like the content, why not give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit the notification bell down the bottom. That way you stay informed of all things gluten on this channel, Gluten Advice. We post videos on here 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So why not pop back from time to time? Okay, let's get straight into the content. If you have celiac disease or you're gluten intolerant, then you have little choice but to follow a gluten-free diet. But what happens if you don't have celiac disease or you're not gluten sensitive? Is a gluten-free diet a good option for you? Now, I have touched on this in a previous video some time ago, and I will leave a link to it in the description down below. Let's start with the question, what is gluten? Gluten is a protein found in grains like wheat, rye, spelt and barley. Of all the gluten-containing grains, wheat is by far the most commonly consumed. And the 2 main proteins in gluten are glutenin and gliadin. And gliadin is the bad boy of the bunch. Gluten gives dough its elasticity, acting like a glue, giving bread its classic chewy, soft texture. Gluten is found in a wide variety of foods, even those you wouldn't expect, such as soy sauce and even some French fries. Foods containing wheat, barley or rye contain gluten, but the protein can also be hidden in many foods as an additive, especially processed foods. Gluten can also be sometimes found in certain medications and personal hygiene products. Gluten can cause a host of symptoms in people who have celiac disease or who are gluten sensitive or who have a wheat allergy, to the point that they become physically ill. Some of the more common symptoms include intestinal pain, diarrhea, fatigue and depression. This is a rather interesting piece of information. Gluten by itself does not have any nutritional value, and therefore the decision to restrict foods that contain it might seem like a no-brainer. However, there are a few things you should know before deciding on a gluten-free diet. Let's talk about the gluten-free diet. The gluten-free diet is a must if you have celiac disease or you are gluten intolerant. In recent years, there seems to be a trend by people who do not have celiac disease to adopt a gluten-free diet. A gluten-free diet is just what the name implies. It excludes foods that contain gluten, such as wheat, barley, cereals and processed foods. People without celiac disease usually use the following reasons for adopting a gluten-free diet. They include weight loss, more energy, better general health, mood elevation. There is not a lot of research available to support these assertions that consuming a gluten-free diet will enable any of those things to occur. However, there are characteristics of this way of eating that may lend itself to contributing to some of those outcomes outside of not eating gluten. Following a gluten-free diet means consuming fresh foods such as vegetables, fruits, lean and unprocessed meats, low-fat dairy and eggs. You can also eat unprocessed beans, seeds and nuts. A few examples of grain options you can use: rice, soya, flax, buckwheat, corn, cornmeal, soy, tapioca and millet. Now let's talk about the adverse effects of eating gluten-free. By removing gluten from your diet, it can place you at risk for other outcomes such as a decrease in fiber intake and a negative impact on your vitamin or mineral consumption. Studies have shown that a gluten-free diet may not give you adequate levels of iron, calcium, fiber, protein, or folate. Interestingly enough, studies have also found that following a gluten-free diet may not help treat nutritional deficiencies. This is because people on a gluten-free diet seem to choose more processed foods labeled as gluten-free over the more nutritious foods like fruit and vegetables. More to the point, many gluten-free versions of foods are not fortified with B vitamins such as folate. Since fortified bread is a major source of B vitamins, people on a gluten-free diet may be at risk of deficiency for those vitamins. Pregnant women with celiac disease should be aware, as B vitamins are vital for the growth of a healthy baby. There are other potential side effects of adopting a gluten-free diet. Hyperlipidemia, which means your blood has too many lipids or fats such as cholesterol and triglycerides. One type of hyperlipidemia, hypercholesterolemia, means there's too much LDL, which is bad cholesterol, in your blood. This condition increases fatty deposits in arteries and the risk of blockages. Coronary artery disease. Hyperglycemia, which is a defining characteristic of diabetes, when the blood glucose level is too high because the body isn't properly using or doesn't make the hormone insulin. Your body gets glucose from the foods you eat. Leaving aside the health risks for a second, being gluten-free can also be very expensive. Gluten-free products are 242% more expensive than regular products, according to some recent studies, which can break your monthly grocery budget if you're not very careful. Also, did you know that following a gluten-free diet can also have a negative effect on your mental well-being? Following a gluten-free diet, you need to be consistent, and as a result it can prove somewhat damaging to your social outings and close relationships. Meals have to be carefully planned or you will not be successful. While some people may experience feelings of power, success and accomplishment if they're able to maintain the diet, others may not be so fortunate, and a sense of frustration will stick in their mind. Let's summarize. Consuming a gluten-free diet is a popular trend for people who do not have a reason to follow this lifestyle. There are multiple reports of advantages associated with this lifestyle that lures people into wanting to lead this kind of lifestyle. You have to learn to separate the myths from the facts and identify where the truth lies. Although there are elements of following a gluten-free diet that make it attractive because it can yield results. However, following this lifestyle may trigger unwanted deficiency that can cause harm to your physical and mental wellness. Hello, I'm Mike Hines from JustNoGluten.com, creator of this channel, Gluten Advice. Now, I do hope you enjoyed today's video, you found it interesting and informative. If so, why not give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Again, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.